From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Brought to you by redtag.ca.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Zachary Quinto has been banned from a Toronto restaurant.
What?
What
did he do?
yes,
I had no idea he was in Toronto. What's he doing?
He's filming up here, but he's also celebrating, I guess, his 47th birthday up here. And he went to Canada's Wonderland and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah?
But I guess he tried to go for brunch.
Where?
And then a place called Manita.
Hmm?
And they then uploaded on their IG stories a statement that read, Zachary Quinto, an amazing Spock, but a terrible customer, yelled at our staff like an entitled child after he didn't reply to 2 texts to inform him his table was ready and refused to believe the empty tables in the dining room weren't available for him despite being politely informed they were spoken for. Made our host cry and the rest of our brunch diners uncomfortable. Mr. Quinto, take your bad vibes somewhere else. We have many lovely celebrities join us at Manita's, but you are not one of them.
Damn.
Out you go.
So long, Zach.
So long, Spock.
I remember him as Skylar from Heroes. Remember that show?
Yeah, save the cheerleader, save the world.
Claire Bear.
That show had so much potential.
I know. They screwed it up big time, right?
And that's just still one of the... I was trying to think if there was another time where everybody was just so obsessed with one season of a show. And when season 2 came out, it was just nothing.
I stuck with that show
nothing.
right to the end.
Did you?
I did.
Oh.
Because I was hopeful. And it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It's a real good show, though.
Yeah.
Really good show. That guy, I don't know who he was. The young Asian guy who was on that show.
Oh, who played Hero.
Hero. That was his name, Hero, right?
Yeah.
He was awesome on that show.
Fan favorite.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dan Amore was on the blue carpet with the Blue Jays. I guess they released their City Connects jersey. Is that the deal, More?
Yes, the night mode. They'll wear them at nighttime.
No.
Roz is such a fan. Go Jays,
They
right?
should wear them in the dark. Anyway, I had no idea. Jays reliever Jordan Romano, huge star, also huge fan of the Roz and Mocha Show. Listen to
Oh, yes, Jordan Romano. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely. So you grew up in Toronto?
Yep, in Toronto, and a longtime listener.
No way.
Longtime listener for years and years. Yeah, you guys are the spot to listen to. Yep.
Okay, so who's your favorite between Roz and Mocha? You know we asked that of everyone.
Really? Both equally talented.
Oh,
Both
come on.
equally as talented.
Not Jordan.
Not an answer. You know what? We are on a fashion carpet right now. We want to see the back of it. Will you do a little spin for us?
Yeah, for sure. Here
Work it. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Appropriate.
It's a sexy jersey.
Yeah, it's great. No, I love them. I think they're the best City Connects out there.
Amazing. So good to see you.
Hey, you as well. Like I feel like a fan. I should get your autograph. So. No.
No, I'm not signing autographs tonight.
No, autographs okay. My apologies.
Awesome. We love you, dude. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
You should have signed a ball for him or something more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would go over ball.
Did you, Stop it. It's a ball player.
Sorry.
Right? It's just 2 ball players having fun on a blue carpet.
Got it.
Would you see those jerseys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm going to wear it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They sent me one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. They didn't send me one. Did they send me one?
No, they didn't send you one.
Okay, just making sure.
A lukewarm review?
Listen, I like my classics, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't like those other jerseys that Justin Bieber did for the Leafs either.
Oh, the Drew House jerseys?
No, they're terrible.
I don't know. I kind of like them.
I only like the blue side.
Well, they are dreadful. Dreadful. Anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mike Tyson forced to postpone the fight with Jake Paul. So we know that Tyson had that flare-up on that flight last Sunday where he, I guess it was like an ulcer problem, I guess. I'm not even 100% sure. And then at first he had said that he was fine and everything was going to be good. But then they said during the follow-up consultation on Thursday with medical professionals on his recent ulcer flare-up, the recommendation is for Mike Tyson to do minimal to light training over the next few weeks and then return to full training with limitations in the near future. So they had to postpone the fight because his training camp had to be interrupted. Anyway, here's Jake Paul.
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. Opportunity has been ripped from all of us, but I do value Mike's health first and foremost. Love that guy, I have so much respect for him, and I want Mike to be healthy. And he says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time. So Mike is still talking over there. But Mike, if you want to do this, like you said, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, you've said you want to do this in Q4. You just need a little bit of time. So I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world. And I turn all my L's into W's. That's a motto I live by. And the universe makes no mistakes. So let's see what's in store. But sorry this didn't work out. To everyone, the fans, love you guys.
Damn, that sucks, man.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting because will they get the same venue? You know, like it was supposed to be at AT&T Stadium where there's going to sell like 73,000 tickets. Will that even be available? Will it still be on Netflix?
Yeah.
Will it still happen this year?
Yeah. Well, they said they wanted to do it this year, but there's a lot up in the air now, and that was going to be a big night of my summer, man. I had a lot riding on this.
I know, July 20th.
But, you know, you want the old guy healthy and all this other stuff.
Just watch reruns of The Office.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that now. Yeah. Anyway, so no fight. But I did like, because I guess his brother posted, hey, why don't we do the thing that everybody really wants and settle this once and for all, which is his brother, what Logan wrote, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I would watch that.
So would I.
I'd watch that. Never going to happen.
No.
Right?
No.
But I'd watch that. I'd watch those two go at it. It'd be great. Are you kidding me?
I think eventually we'll get there.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's a huge payout for both of them.
But that has to be the end, though. Right?
Oh, and then that's it?
I
Jake
think
never fights again?
No, maybe Logan. Maybe Logan never fights again.
No, but Logan is in WWE.
Yeah, he's got a great thing going on in the WWE.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to go back and box now.
Oh, no.
But this would be it, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think maybe Jake continues, but because they just stunt, right? Like, what stunt is after Mike Tyson?
Well, that's the biggest name.
Yeah. So, like, what's the next stunt? Because they're not professional boxers.
No.
Building a career.
That's the only thing. He has to go pro.
That's it. He's got to fight his brother.
He can fight Floyd. His brother did.
Nah,
Totally.
Yeah. You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Does
sure.
anybody want to see that, though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
WNBA over the weekend. Jesus.
Yo.
So Kennedy Carter nailed, body check Caitlin Clark, right? Called her the B word too. Bad, right? And it was a nothing on the court, and everybody just went crazy. And why are you going in on Caitlin Clark? All this other stuff. And then the wide shot showed Angel Reese, who she's had a thing with Caitlin Clark on the sidelines, and she jumped up and celebrated at that point. So the WNBA has fined Chicago and Angel Reese $1,000, not for her celebrating though, but because she didn't make herself available to media after the game because she didn't want to talk about it, and neither did Carter. If you watch Carter's press conference, she's like, I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark.
Yo,
it's really, really crazy.
Here's my question. Maybe, Shem, you can answer this, or maybe you know, Roz, as well. But, Caitlin Clark single-handedly helped propel the WNBA this season, right?
Yes.
Help with everything. Salary.
Eyes, everything.
Everything.
Yes.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark so much?
Why
are they all going in on her?
They don't like her. So the league has upgraded Carter's hit from a common foul to a flagrant foul, although there's no fine attached to it or suspension or anything like this. The two teams meet again on June 16th. But Caitlin is like, she's a brick wall when it comes to talking about this stuff. She's in the zone.
But why is she the target?
I think that they all feel maybe, and I don't know, that they've all been there doing their thing for a while, and then she walks in and suddenly they feel that they only matter because she's there, and they don't want her there. And I know a couple people sort of look at her that she has no game other than just throwing threes, which is fine in 2024 basketball. So
when she got hit, though, it was like Draymond Green.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I definitely agree with that. I also think, she's a rookie. She's getting what Michael Jordan got when he first entered the league, right? Which is got beat up, got pushed around, picked on. You test them a little bit.
But
right?
I also think, though, the difference in that is when somebody comes in and they're a rookie and they're great, they get beat up and you got to sort of pay your dues. I get that. But their talents are respected. You get the sense from the other players in the WNBA that they don't even respect her game.
Yeah.
Right? Which is wild. But the WNBA is crazy. I was reading this story with DeWanna Bonner. So DeWanna Bonner is now number 5 on all-time WNBA scoring list, right? The former 5th rank scoring leader who DeWanna Bonner passed was Candace Dupree. Candace Dupree is DeWanna Bonner's ex-wife.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Wow.
So Bonner and Dupree had been married. They had kids together. Now Bonner is engaged to her current teammate, Alyssa Thomas, who actually fed her the ball that she downed to beat her ex-wife's record.
I bet.
Whoa.
Right? Like, WNBA is crazy.
I love it.
Right? Like, there's love triangles. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the WNBA. It's really wild.
It's like wrestling back in the day.
Yes, but only it's real.
With my
Sorry.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
You know what?
Sorry.
Elizabeth.
Thank you,
And Lex
Maria.
Luger and Hogan.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I want to play a couple mashups here. So Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett, I guess, have released a mashup of 2 of their songs because they're going off on tour together. So here's a little bit of Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett.
It's a fact that talking in town make a really excellent mother. 'Cause the love that you gave every night was
All right, there's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then also Eminem and Steve Miller Band. I'm not even going to try and explain to you, Maria, who Steve Miller Band is. It'll take way too long. But I guess Eminem sampled their song Abracadabra for his new track, Houdini. Here's a little bit of that.
It just sounds like the Eminem song because this is exactly how it goes anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody's happy about that. Abracadabra came out in 1982.
I'm here to stay, 'cause me, if I was to ever take a lead, it would be as fun to break your feet.
Right?
Oh my God. The music video for this is so good.
I got to play you one mashup, though, and this was from a guy I actually knew years ago. This is from 2004, and I think that I found a mashup that perfectly brings Shem together with Mocha, right?
Okay.
Because it's 2 things that I know you both love. Shem's about to get all up in his feelings right now.
Wrestling and cheesecake?
No. Shem's like literally, honestly, Shem's about to get up all of his feelings right now because Shem said this one time on the show that he loved this song, and I've never forgotten it, and I've wanted to play this for years. But play the thing labeled Verve.
Okay.
Oh no!
Right? Shem loves this song. So this is Bittersweet Symphony by a 90s Britpop band called Verve. Right? And I know Shem loves this song. Like when Shem's like alone in his feelings, he listens to this, right? Man. But you got to listen to this mashup.
Well,
you got to listen to this. Shem's going to lose his mind in a couple of seconds. First of all, everybody loves this song. It's such a classic joint. And then when we get to this is when the worlds collide.
If you're feeling like a pimp, go on, brush your shoulders off.
Yes.
Ladies is pimps too, go on, brush your shoulders off. Is crazy, baby, don't forget that boy told you get that shirt off his shoulders. I'm probably over to y'all. Probably be like,
Oh, come on.
Except the ladies that love me. From the bleachers they screaming. All the ballers is bouncing. They like the way I be leaning. All the rappers be hating. All the tracks that I'm making. But all the hustlers they love it. Just to see one of us make it. Came from the bottom to the top of the pops. London, Japan, and I'm straight up the block. Like a running back. Get it, man? I'm straight up the block. I can run it back. Cause I'm straight with the rock.
Wow. Who's this by?
So he was a guy who used to do mashups. His name was Mark Vidler, and he ran I think it was like something. I don't remember what his website was called, but he was really, really, really great back in the day.
That's sick.
Really great back in the day. Anyway, so there you go. So to me, that's one of the best mashups I've ever heard.
That's amazing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
One of the 5 people shot outside a Rexdale High School last night has died, according to Toronto police. They said the shots rang out in the parking lot of the North Albion Collegiate Institute, located near Kipling and Mount Olive, just after 11 p.m. Police confirmed that 5 people had been shot at the scene, and one of the victims, a man in his 50s, suffered critical injuries. I'm guessing he was the one who later died. The other 4 victims were taken to a hospital with serious injuries. Now, police have not released any information on the possible suspects, but said a black truck was seen fleeing the area at the time of the shooting. The TDSB confirmed today that the high school and on-site daycare would be closed, writing as a result of the police investigation. The school and daycare will be closed and to students and staff, and students were moving to remote learning for the day. Here is a local resident who heard it all go down.
10 after 11, I prayed, and as I was about going to bed, I heard a noise. It was like fireworks, like crack, 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 several noises. It wasn't just one or two. So I thought it was fireworks. Then I slept. After like 10, 15 minutes, my son came to wake me up and said, there's a lot of police around here. It's like something happened. So when I came through the window to look, and I saw everywhere the police, they were.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Edmonton Oilers are on their way to the Stanley Cup final. First time since 2006 when the Oilers lost in 7 to the Hurricanes. Last night's game, like the shots on goal were crazy. So Edmonton won 2-1 over Dallas, and the shots on goal were 35-10 for Dallas.
Wow.
Edmonton won with 10 shots on goal.
How many of those were from McDavid?
McDavid? I'm not sure. I think Hyman got a goal. I think so. I think McDavid. I don't even actually know who scored those 2 goals. But Edmonton's last Cup win was 1990. Now here's the big question, and we're going to play a clip of Wayne Gretzky talking about the game last night. Does this now become Canada's team? So I say this. I think that it's such a misguided thing to think that general hockey fans don't care who wins as long as it's a Canadian team. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, people always pump out that attitude. Oh, bring the cup back to Canada. No.
For me, I'm not in that.
People don't feel that way.
Yeah, let's cheer for Edmonton because they're in Canada.
Like, are you trying to believe that? Like, trying to tell me that if it was Montreal in the Cup final, that people in Toronto or Vancouver are going to no. Anyway, here's Wayne Gretzky.
But would you say the country, like you'll have? These folks have waited a long time.
Well, they haven't won in Canada since '93, and this is special. The Oilers have gone through a lot. They've put it this way: they've had a lot of first overall picks lately, and those fans have suffered through, but hung in there. Good for the entire organization. Great for the ownership. Wonderful for the city. But as Anson said, the whole country is going to be backing them. They want Canada to be able to lift the Stanley Cup because it hasn't happened since '93.
Go Panthers, go! Right, guys? You know what I'm saying? Go Panthers!
Even though the Panthers like beat the ass off Toronto every time they play them, I'm like, I want Panthers to beat Edmonton.
So do I.
I really do. I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is our show still airing in Edmonton, guys?
Yeah, it does.
We're still on an end.
Yeah. It's fine. Listen, okay. Here, you know what I want to see? I want to see the Oilers parties going on in Calgary all week. Yeah. Okay, that's what I want to see. When you show
it doesn't change my answer. Still, go Panthers.
When you show me Calgary lighting everything up for the Oilers, ain't no way it's happening.
Go Panthers.
And it would be the same if it was reversed.
Yo, Panthers in 4, guys. Panthers in 4. Hold on, my hockey group chat is going nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Researchers presented the results of the phase 2 trial for a male contraceptive gel. Gel. Here's how it works. Men in the trial apply the gel, which contains testosterone, synthetic hormone, and nesterone to their
stuff.
Shoulders. Once a day.
What are you talking about?
The trial, which included 200 men, found that the gel dropped sperm levels to no more than 1 million sperm per milliliter.
On your shoulders?
Typical sperm counts can range from 15 million to over 200 million per milliliter.
What's the effective rate?
So as a side effect, though, users did report noticeable upper back acne, as well as some weight gain.
Oh, sounds like what girls deal with.
Yeah,
Hold on a second. But why the shoulders and not the
I don't know. You put it on the shoulders. I'm with you. I know if it's a gel, if somebody said, here's a contraceptive gel, you got to rub this on to make it work.
Yeah.
Do you know how many places on my body I think that I would have to rub that before I got to my shoulders?
Only one place.
These nuts. Right? I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
The shoulders.
I don't know why. They said that the gel could reportedly be one of the most advanced birth control options available for men if the FDA grants approval. There are currently no male birth control drugs on the market, despite decades of attempts. And the reason for this is not because of lack of interest. It's just simply based on funding. Although 75% of men say that they would take a male birth control if given the option. But this gel that you rub on your shoulders, I don't know, gives you back knee and a belly.
Maybe they tested it out on and they found
I don't know.
Maybe the results were worse.
Right. Gain weight and acne?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Are you kidding? I'm not even going to go there right now.
These nuts. Okay. But anyway, hey, it's looking up, right?
Hey.
Advancements in science. Ladies, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yo, Cheesecake's a fan.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, everybody in America just steals everything. It's crazy. When I was in New York last weekend, I went to a drugstore. Every single thing on every single shelf in the drugstore was behind glass. You can't go into the drugstore and pick anything off a shelf.
Like if I need lip balm.
Like dish soap, lip balm, aspirin, everything is behind glass and you have to push a button. Right?
And somebody has to come in
and somebody has to come and unlock it.
Like when I go to Walmart and if you want to buy like razors?
Yes.
They got to unlock it?
Yes, but everything is, the only thing that wasn't was COVID tests, weirdly enough.
Oh, yeah?
They were just all sitting like on the top of the shelf.
Because of that new law.
Yeah, it's wild. But everybody's, so the latest thing right now in LA, what the LAPD are dealing with, are people stealing fire hydrants.
How?
What?
And they have no idea why they're stealing fire hydrants. They have no idea what they're doing with the fire hydrants.
But you know, the fire hydrant doesn't end at just like the base of the hydrant that we see.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen like a picture of a full fire hydrant? Like,
Yes. So I guess they're showing up with like giant wrenches and they're stealing the hydrant. So now
but there's like beyond the hydrant, what we see, there's more pipe.
Yes.
Pause.
So now you have neighborhoods who are left without fire hydrants.
What if there's a fire?
Exactly. So now workers are trying to replace, they don't just have a warehouse full of fire hydrants that you can just replace fire hydrants.
If you steal a hydrant, what are you going to do with it?
That's what they don't know.
Where are you keeping
They
it?
don't know. They have
you can't be discreet.
They have no idea. And it's not even just one neighborhood. Like it's happening in like multiple neighborhoods where people are just stealing fire hydrants.
Yeah.
And they have no idea why
That's so weird.
anyone would steal a fire hydrant. But yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Everything we know about Knives Out 3 So they keep releasing little bits of cast, right? So we know Josh O'Connor, he's from that movie Challengers. Kaylee Spaney from Civil War. We know Andrew Scott from Ripley. Kerry Washington. Glenn Close.
Oh, great cast.
Jeremy Renner. Mila Kunis. And they just announced Josh Brolin.
Oh my God, yeah?
Right?
That's a great cast.
God, that's a baller cast.
Well, that's that Netflix money. They can afford everybody.
Yeah. So
And those movies just do monster numbers.
Yeah, so no idea who else is going to be announced or what the plot details are. They won't release any of that stuff. But yeah, so that's a great cast. Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis, Glenn Close, Kerry Washington, Josh Brolin, who's great in everything he's in.
Thanos.
And also, what's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Yes, thank you, Daniel Craig.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Explain to me this Drake thing. Okay, so so is Snow Day an artist or is Snow Day a collection or a group or what is Snow Day?
It's a guy. I'm trying to figure out whether he's serious or not. Or
He's
if
not.
Just like a.
There's no way he's serious.
It's a joke.
Yes. Okay. Is he a TikToker?
Yes.
Okay. So
this is all a gimmick then.
Very much.
Can only hope.
So there's an artist named Snow Day who did a, I guess like Toronto Man's cover of, is it Hey There Delilah?
Yeah,
that song by the Plain White Tees?
From 2006.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight.
Yo, it's classic.
Yeah.
I love this song.
This was a monster song, huh?
Yeah, it's a number one hit.
It really was. So Snow Day decided to do the Toronto Man's version called Wagwan Delilah.
Yeah. He talks just like the way.
Wagwan Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad. Oh, yes, you do. No. Don't ask where
Like the type of guys Maria likes.
Top left, top
what I go for.
Wagwan Delilah, you live
So, I guess at some point he was doing an interview and he said that he would love to have Drake jump on and do a verse, right? And then lo and behold, there's now a version with Drake. And this is not, as far as we know, AI Drake, because this is also on Drake's Insta.
Wagwan Delilah, no, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy. Said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheap. Your Mademoiselle nights are geek. I'm bent low key. Wagwan Delilah, double date me if you like me. Brought my chronom for your bestie. Sorry, he's wearing a shiesty. He's not beat.
Yo, Crody.
It's just too smoky in these streets. You're looking sweet,
I guess.
Oh, don't you be acting mean. No, there's a 40 in my jeans.
I guess this makes sense to some people.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I love that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Pat Sajak is on his way off of Wheel of Fortune this Friday. Ryan Seacrest will take over at some point. Ryan Seacrest was just 7 years old when Pat Sajak started hosting Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
Which is crazy because Ryan Seacrest is almost 50. Oh, damn. Or I think he might be 50, born in 1974. Depending on when his birthday is. Here's a little bit of Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Well, here we are. It's the last week of shows for you on Wheel. How do you feel?
It's surprisingly okay. You know, this was announced a long time ago, almost a year ago, so I've had time to sort of get used to it, and it's been a little bit wistful and all that, but I'm enjoying it and taking it all in and reflecting on a great run. I do know that somewhere along the line, we became more than a popular show. We became part of the popular culture, and more importantly, we became part of people's lives, and that's been awfully gratifying.
What made you decide that this is the right time for you to leave the show?
I've always said to you, you've heard me say this dozens of times, I'd rather leave a couple years too early than a couple of years too late. Could I still do it? Yeah, I think I could for a while. There's also some other things in life that we'd like to do, and I'm enjoying this last year. It's been a great 40 years, and I'm looking forward to whatever's ahead.
I thought that was Vanna. That's his daughter. that was talking to him. So Sajak's 77 years old. Now, is Vanna returning?
Yes.
She is, because I know there was some hardcore negotiations going on because Vanna White, who has been doing the show, I think since like 1982. Vanna White hadn't had a pay raise in 18 years.
Wow.
But she was making $3 million a season.
Yeah.
Right?
Is Vanna White the one that didn't she like insure her legs or something?
No. That was
That's Tina Turner.
No. That was Mary Hart.
Oh, from Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah. So Vanna White was negotiating when Pat Sajak announced that he was leaving and Ryan Seacrest was coming in. Vanna White, who was making $3 million a year, started negotiating with Sony, saying that she now wanted half of Pat Sajak's salary, and Pat Sajak makes $15 million a year.
So they gave it to her?
No.
Oh, they did it?
No, I don't think they did. But
Get
they
the bag.
they settled on something because she's going to return. But they were not going to give her half of that. But you can guarantee that Ryan Seacrest is making $15 million a year.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there you go. God, that's a lot of money. And they only work like 3 months a year, something like that. 2 months a year.
And in those, they just like film an entire season.
All of them.
And
All of
only
them.
4 days a week.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. What a life. What a life.
Who we got to talk to at Rogers?
Yeah,
here
I know.
to do that.
Donald.
CEO?
Yeah, you do.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Donald Trump joined TikTok. Did you see this?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Is he doing TikTok challenges now?
I don't think he's doing that, but he posted something from UFC because it's weird because remember he wanted to shut TikTok down.
Yeah.
But I guess he now realizes that he can use TikTok to get elected now that he's a baller and a convicted felon.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got a whole new set of fans.
You know,
That's how you reach him.
I heard yesterday that if he gets elected again, he can pardon himself.
Of course.
That's mind blowing.
That'll be like day one.
Yeah.
Looks at himself in the mirror.
Of course, why wouldn't you?
Pardon.
Pardon.
Now let's go celebrate with a Big Mac.
I don't know how many views his video got, but right after he posted it, it went up into the millions. But yeah, so
USA.
He's now on TikTok because everybody needs a 7-year-old on TikTok. That's always entertaining. How many views does it have, Maria?
77.1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, right there.
My
wow.
And he's got 4.8 million followers so far.
Did you hit follow, Maria?
I have not.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Angel Reese. So this whole thing with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA and all this stuff and how she's the face of the league and bringing new eyes and new money and new viewers.
It's like the WWE.
Yeah, and everybody's hating on her. The Shannon Carter took that cheap shot and knocked her over. Might have called her the B word. I don't know. Maybe she did. It looked like she did in slow-mo. But Angel Reese was the one that she had the beef with during the college rounds, right? And Angel Reese wants you to know that it's not just Caitlin Clark for the reason that everybody's talking about WNBA.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
I'm telling you, it's a wild league, man.
I'm here for all of it.
That's a wild league.
I am here for all of it.
That is a wild
Spicy.
league.
Good for them. I don't care, man. That league is on fire.
Yeah, but it's not because of the game, though, unfortunately. It's the drama.
Doesn't matter. People are still paying attention to it. I think they don't really care at this point.
I think it's a bad look for a women's league, though, when the eyes are on it because of the drama and not because of the game.
But they're spectacular ball players.
Yeah, but if you
it's a bad look.
relate it to the NFL, people were only caring this much this year because of Taylor Swift.
Okay, but
she put Travis Kelce on the map, right?
Pause, Maria.
Drama.
Okay, Maria.
Yes.
Maria.
Yes.
Okay, over the last 15 years, what are the highest watch shows on television every single year?
I don't know, Friends.
Football. You make it seem like nobody was watching NFL until this year.
Friends.
The highest watch shows in the top 5, 3 of them for the past 15 years have been football.
It's always Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football.
Okay.
Okay. Walk the drama. Walk the Taylor drama back. The only reason football beat Friends.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mexico elects its first female president following the deadliest election campaign in the country's modern history that saw 37 other candidates assassinated.
Woo!
So this was a massive federal election. So it's 20,000 positions that needed to be filled.
You say massive murder because it was.
70,000 candidates were running. By the way, the 37 murdered candidates, that does not include the 828 failed assassination attempts on people who were running in the election.
Hunger Games. No.
One of the top issues in this year's presidential election was violent crime. Fact. More than 30,000 people were murdered in Mexico last year. Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, we owe that guy who went viral for showing up in court on Zoom on a suspended license charge an apology.
Why?
So do you remember this? So the guy showed up on Zoom for a court hearing and he was in his car driving. Super nice guy. He was like on his way to the doctor. And then the judge explains to him over Zoom while he's driving that he's actually there to it was a hearing for a suspended license case.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. I'm parking right now.
This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
That is what the charge is, Your Honor, yes.
He's suspended, and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is turning himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with this poor guy.
Whoa.
So the suspended license was tied to a child support case from years ago. But in 2022, a judge ordered that the suspension be lifted to allow Corey Harris to drive again. But according to the Michigan Secretary of State's office, they never received the clearance. So it was never lifted. So he should have been allowed to be driving. And the reason that this court hearing happened was over a clerical error. So he was actually in the right.
Poor guy.
Anyway, here's Corey Harris.
What was I thinking? I was thinking about getting my wife medical help. That's what I was thinking. They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't. It's very embarrassing. And with the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing.
Oh, buddy.
So anyway, everybody owes that guy an apology.
Church.
Yeah, I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, the Temu app is making a ton of news right now. So everybody learned about Temu during the Super Bowl where they were like, shop like a billionaire. Remember that?
Yeah.
So there's currently with Temu. So Temu is a company out of China, and it's very fishy if you just look at it, because the idea that you can buy a chair from China for $6 and have it shipped to your house in Canada in 5 days for no fee.
Yeah.
Somebody is benefiting from this, but how are they benefiting?
What a deal.
Okay? It's not a deal. Do not download the Temu app. So now,
too late.
Right now, okay, there's 2 class action lawsuits, one in New York and one in Illinois, and then another one in Quebec. So many Canadians right now are under the impression that this is the greatest thing in the world, right?
Yes, yeah.
So Temu's website says that the company was founded in Boston in 2022, but it's actually a subsidiary of a multinational commerce group established in China in 2015. So the whole Boston thing?
Yeah.
No, okay? So the complaint in the class action alleges that Temu can access data via your phone's camera, photos, messages, and contacts, things that have nothing to do with shopping on the app. Let me read you what this Quebec lawyer said, Andrea Grass, when it comes to Temu, okay? A lot of companies do take your data, certain data, maybe your email address. It might not be that offensive. But Temu is taking your biometric information. So what we're talking about is facial characteristics and your fingerprints and your voice prints and your geospatial exact location. And none of this is even remotely relevant to trying to purchase anything online. If you want to buy a doll or plates or clothing, they don't need your facial characteristics for that. And so they're taking this information and we don't know what they're doing with it. So if you're wondering why you can order a couch from China for $15 and have it here in less than a week, it's because of this.
But look at this pet hair remover that I can get for $1.78.
I'm telling you, dude, don't do this.
What about these wireless headphones for $18?
You're crazy.
Will the products actually, like if I buy a couch, it will show up?
It will, yeah.
So,
yeah. But Maury,
not a bad deal.
Do you know how much it costs to ship a package from Toronto to Vancouver?
Yeah, like maybe $150?
Yes. So if they can ship you, if they can ship you a lunchbox, a candle, and a personal massage device
and all I
from
have to
China.
give up is my
They're looking out for me.
For $0.
They want me to get a deal.
Somebody's winning here. Okay?
Yeah, me, for
No,
all the
you're
savings.
not winning.
Bro,
You're
I can get
losing.
Look at this. A 50-pack microfiber cloths for $2.49.
Okay. You're losing.
That seems like a deal to
No,
me.
you are not winning. You are losing. By the way, the Jonas Brothers are playing the halftime show at the Grey Cup in November.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
That sounds like a deal. Rita's happy about that. Jonas Brothers?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Buy your tickets on Temu.
Yeah.
Right?
$1.50.
You know what? I'd rather pay full pop and not have my face taken.
Thank you.
Take my face.
Girl,
I like
you're
the
all
couch.
over TikTok. Oh, like,
Maria,
Different story.
Do you have Temu on your phone?
No.
Mocha, do you have Temu on your phone? Mocha, do you have Temu on your phone? Maury, how long until you have Temu on your phone?
downloading now.
Okay, there we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
A possible TTC strike on Friday. What a disaster that's going to be. And everybody's coming out.
Friday, too?
Yeah. Well, do you remember when the last time this happened was 2008? And do you remember what they did in 2008 where they set the strike deadline at like some ungodly hour where it was like midnight? And one of the reasons why was because they wanted it to hit hard, meaning that when the strike happened, people were on buses at midnight.
Oh.
And the drivers parked the buses.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's definitely not
the
fair.
poor people. Like, what did they do?
Yeah. That's what happened in 2008 when the strike happened. Is that there was no lead time between where sort of walking off and then the official strike date starts. There was no end time.
Wait, can they legally just leave people on the side of the road? Though?
Yes, they can.
And then those poor people got to
Yeah,
find a way?
yeah, it was crazy.
Man,
It
that's
was
not cool.
crazy. Yeah, look it up. Fact check me on that, Maury, for a second, because I'm trying to remember what time of night it was, whether it was like midnight or 2 a.m. or something.
sucks.
It was something crazy like that when it went down. But obviously the cab companies can't hire more drivers. That's not allowed.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like Uber and Uber Pool.
Oh my God,
if
yo,
this
surge pricing
happens.
is going to be nuts.
It was 12:01, by the way.
It was 12:01. Is that what it was?
April 26, 2008.
Yeah, 12:01 is when it happened. So it's going to be an absolute mess if this happens.
Ride sharing, like if this happens, ride sharing, like be cool. I understand surge pricing, but like cap it or something.
No, never.
They won't. They'll maximize on this opportunity.
Like be cool. Like
never.
Some people, they rely on this transit. To get around, right?
Do you remember the first TTC strike in 1970?
Yeah, you had to walk.
19 days, Roz.
It was terrible.
They kicked him off the bus.
It was
Kicked him off the carriage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this buses back then.
1970s. Stop it, you jerks.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Halsey went on Instagram and posted a carousel of pictures. And one of them, she's sitting on a couch. She's got a bunch of medicine on the table and rubbing her legs and talking about how she is giving herself a couple more years to be sick. And then after that, she's going to be good. She writes, a long story short, I'm lucky to be alive. Short story long, I wrote an album. It begins with The End, and The End is the new song. And then she attaches Lupus Research Alliance and LLSUSA, which is a lupus society. But then she also says that the money, part of the proceeds from the new song will be donated to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and Lupus Research. So it's unclear what Halsey's dealing with, whether it's a lymphoma or a lupus or a combination of both. Who knows? But she's sort of keeping that under wraps, but it has to be something affiliated with either one of those. But here's the new song, The End.
Every couple of years now, the doctor says I'm sick. Pulls out a brand new bag of tricks and then they lay it on me. Well, first it was my brain, then a skeleton in pain. And I don't like to complain, but I'm saying sorry.
Jeez.
When I met you, I thought I was damaged goods. Had a up childhood, and there's poison in my brain. In
Oh my God.
And
What a sad song.
here's the
Jeez.
clip of from Instagram.
Seriously.
She's
Like
rubbing
an
her legs,
old
right?
lady.
Yeah.
And then I think on the table there's like a bunch of meds,
Yeah,
right? A bunch
yeah.
of pill bottles.
I told myself I'm giving myself 2 more years to be sick. In 30, I'm having my...
Still on your body, you know where it is?
Yeah, I'm at 30, I'm having a rebirth, and I'm not going to be sick, and I'm going to look super hot and have lots of energy, and I'm just going to get to redo my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah, so she was going through, and she had also endometriosis, I think, that she was dealing with before too. But oh man, beautiful song though.
Yeah, sad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy is apparently the top choice to direct the new Avengers movie. But he's also got he's one of the exec producers and one of the directors for the new seasons of Stranger Things, and apparently he also has a Star Wars movie in his future as well. So who knows? But sources, listen to this, Mocha. Sources close to both the project. This is from Deadline. Okay. When it comes to what the plot will be of the new Avengers movie.
Avengers 5, let's go. Here we go.
Sources close to both the project say that more than 60 MCU characters could reprise their roles, including Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Tom Hiddleston, Simu Liu, and Kieran Gillian. Unlike the first 4 films, in which there was that core group, which was Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Hemsworth and Ruffalo, they say many of the characters in this film would have equal footing, making it more of an ensemble feature instead of a handful of characters leading the team. And then following Jonathan Majors' exit from MCU as Kang, it's unclear right now who the villain or villains, they say, would be in the new Avengers movie. So you're looking at 60 MCU characters possibly
here for it.
Showing up in the new Avengers.
There was an interview I watched, Robert Downey, and I can't remember who was interviewing him for Variety, where he said he would be open to returning as Iron Man.
But how though? Like a multiverse kind of thing?
Has to
Like
be
they gotta
multiverse.
go and get them and
Don't you pay attention to the movies and timelines? You didn't watch Loki?
How dare you even ask? Come on, man.
You didn't watch Loki?
No, not anymore. But anyway, so they're looking at bringing everybody back.
You just made my day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This isn't going to end well. So online streaming services like Netflix and Spotify and Apple and everything else are now being told by the CRTC in Canada that they must start contributing money towards local news and the production of Canadian content. So the CRTC has directed foreign streamers to pay 5% of their annual Canadian profits into a fund. They said specifically the commission will require online streaming services that make $20 $25 million or more annually to contribute revenues that are not affiliated with a Canadian broadcaster, to contribute 5% of those revenues to a certain fund. That fund will be devoted to producing local TV, news, radio, Indigenous content, French language content, and content created by those with a diverse background. The CRTC says the fund is expected to inject about $200 million into the Canadian broadcasting system every year. What a terrible idea.
Question.
Yeah.
Will my membership prices go up?
Absolutely. How do you think they're going to pay for that?
No. They're going to make us pay for it.
Yes. So it's basically a new tax, right? That's the way you can look at it.
We got to mess up a good thing.
Yes. So that's the plan. And this never works. Look at, you still can't get Canadian news on Meta.
I know.
Because they went to Meta to say, hey, pay up. And then Meta was like, we don't care. You're a small country. We don't care. We don't need it. And it's ruined so many small news outlets.
Yeah.
Like the indies, right? It's ruined them. But this is what we're going to get now. So they want 5% out of Netflix. $200 million annually.
Like, the prices of subscription services just rose a year ago.
Yes. Like, I think that their thinking is, oh, yeah, that's fair. They don't care. Do you think Netflix
don't care about us?
Do you think Netflix do you think that they want Canadian customers on Netflix who are living in Toronto to go on Netflix and the first 10 things in your bar be French language and Indigenous programming that they have to push first? Do you think Netflix thinks that their audience wants that?
Especially if they have to pay more now?
But this
and
is,
then to see
yes, and promoting it and all this other stuff, right? We're the one, it's going to go up. Everything is going to go up. And when you're asking for that much money, I don't know how much it's going to go up. That'll be a lot. Like, we may wind up paying more for Netflix than anywhere else in the world.
Like, why don't they find the money from somewhere else, right?
Because they spend it all on everything else.
No. And invest in those... You mentioned French language
they already,
Indigenous. I understand how important it is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But get the money and invest in that and leave Netflix out of it and leave my membership price
the one thing I don't
now.
want people to do is spend more money on nonsense because they already spend too much money on nonsense. But anyway, the only way this ends is that it either we get blocked like we do on Meta, or it comes back to us by subscription fees. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only way that this ends.
Thanks for nothing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Michael Richards, Kramer from Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard that name in forever.
Yeah, exactly. Because do you remember in 2006, he went on that racist rant where he was saying the N-word on stage at a comedy club where some guy heckled him. And then he disappeared. And he did that one spot on Letterman where Jerry Seinfeld went on and Michael Richards wanted to apologize, but everybody just saw Kramer, so they started laughing all through his apology, and it was super awkward, right? So he's got a new book. It's called, what is it called here? It's kind of comings and goings or entrances and exits. Thank you. So he was on The View, and I don't know why after all these years, especially in 2024, Michael Richards wants to now start doing a press tour talking about the racist rant in 2006.
Just what were you thinking? What happened?
Yeah. Well, I'm on stage with a microphone in my hand, doing an act, breaking in material. It's late at night. And man in the audience made an announcement that I'm not funny. He doesn't think I'm very funny, and
this is so awkward.
I came back. Now, first, I must say, look, I'm not a normal man.
Are any of us? Well, you're a comedian.
No, but as a comedian, you got it. Yeah. There's a lot of eccentricity going on in my kind of comedy, and certainly I could never have created a character like Kramer without being slightly touched.
What?
I went into character, and I work in a comedy club environment where the N-word is used a lot, and I decided I would let it loose.
Oh my God.
And
it's not used anymore. Those days are over.
For me, they certainly are. Yeah.
Yo, you just made it worse, bro.
I don't know why. Why would you? Shem's
To
head in his
say
hand.
that he went into character?
Bro, oh, wait. Play clip number 2.
By the way, cancel culture. I canceled myself out.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm out of there.
stepped
When
away.
that rage came about, and
So it was rage.
Well,
Someone
sure.
saying you're not funny.
Yeah, and the rage is channeled into a character. I am trying to perform in my own way at first, and that got me deeper into hell. That's not a right word to use, is it? Well, I felt I got hit, so I'm hitting back.
Yeah.
That person went low, I'm going lower.
Right? Like, why do this now?
Like nobody was talking about this
At all.
and now you've just brought it back into the limelight, and people are
And
going to go
it's
revisit
so
that again.
awkward.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
His conversation, even him, like he sounds uncomfortable talking.
Yeah,
all over the place.
And he also didn't say like I'm sorry or I regret it. Or
I mean, he
anything.
has before.
I'm
He
just
has.
saying
He
in
has.
this interview, he
Yeah.
just says he's being a character. Like
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah,
Just stupid.
I mean, and I think that a lot of people were okay with the fact that he just removed himself from all show business and society for the most part,
nobody
right?
was talking about him.
Yeah, and I think that people thought that was like going into sort of self-exile was punishment, I guess, right? You don't get to sort of reap the benefits or go and pretend like it's never happened, which he did. Michael Richards did all that. He disappeared. Yeah. But I don't know why when you come back and then you want to do a press run about all of that.
Crazy.
And Jerry Seinfeld recently said that he would work with Michael again.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people would. But geez, I don't know the understanding of that. I mean, I hope he sells a lot of books, but I don't see how this benefits in any way,
not
man.
at all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Eli Roth and Chris Briggs and Mike Fleiss are sort of rebooting Hostel into a TV series.
Love that
And
movie.
at first I was like, meh, because the movie, like it was just that torture porn era where I just wasn't really interested in any of that.
It's a good movie, though.
There's that one scene that I could never get. I can't look at a train the same anymore.
No, and it was,
This one
listen,
scene
like
sticks
I
out
just
in my
wasn't into that kind of content. And I was like, this will probably be a whatever. But then you realize, okay, hold on a second here, because they found a star for their TV series.
Oh, God. Is this somebody that we all like?
Paul Giamatti.
Oh, my God. He's so good.
Right?
But also, he's so twisted.
Yeah. So
He's gonna
now
be great
I'm,
in that role,
now
whatever role
I'm
he
like,
plays.
okay, I might be into
What
this
role
now.
would you cast him as?
I don't know. I mean, he's the main guy. He's the main guy, though. So
Like the guy that runs the place?
he's either got to be the
Runs
guy that runs
operation?
the place or the cop. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
right? He's gonna be one of those guys. But
Maybe
yeah,
get
so
like a
they're-
dangly eyeball or something?
So good.
I watched this. Somebody sent me a clip of a movie this morning. That was a movie I'd never seen before.
Lion King.
No. It was a movie called. Trying to think here. I think it's called like Movie 43 or something like that. Did you ever see this
please
movie?
don't mention that movie.
Oh, what happened, Cheesecake?
No,
Is this
no.
a new movie?
Did you ever see this? It's the scene with Kate Winslet.
I gotta go.
With Kate Winslet and
Hold on.
and Hugh Jackman.
You guys are so
sitting
twisted.
at a table having dinner. Okay, you ready? Okay, here, watch.
Is there any swearing?
Right.
Oh, what the hell?
That
So,
movie
like-
is.
Yo, hold on.
You ever seen this?
No.
You ever seen this?
Why would I ever want to, like...
I don't know, but Hugh Jackman has testicles hanging off his neck.
These nuts.
And it's just normal. But watch.
why is he going back and forth like
but watch
that?
this. But then they turn the air conditioning on in the room and watch what happens to them. Okay, watch. Keep watching. And then they turn the air conditioning on and look at them. They suck right back up into his neck.
Come on, Wolverine. I think I'll let them do that to you, bro.
Anyway, I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Martin Lawrence. Did you see this video where Martin Lawrence and Will Smith were doing press for Bad Boys, and they were up on like a big pedestal, and there was a huge crowd and everything else. And Will Smith leads Martin Lawrence out by the hand. Like they walk Stevie Wonder around because he's blind kind of thing. Like, that's how Will Smith brings Martin Lawrence out, like holding his hand up high and like guiding him out to the fans. And Martin Lawrence doesn't say anything. And he just sort of stands there and waves. And everybody's like, whoa, something's going on with Martin Lawrence and his health.
So I didn't watch that one that you're talking about, but I saw another one where they're at a radio station in New York, Hot 97.
Yeah.
And one of the hosts is giving Will Smith like a CD to sign.
Yes.
And Martin's sitting there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's not doing anything. He's got his sunglasses on and he's just like kind of just sitting there in place.
Yeah.
And everyone in the comments were like, yo, what's going on with Martin? Is he okay?
Yeah, so he was on a radio show and they asked him about his health and he says he's fine, but man, he does not sound fine.
Martin, is there anything you want to say to the people because they're concerned about your health? Is there anything you want to say to them while you have the floor?
I'm fine. I'm in God's hands. I'm blessed. You know, I'm glad to be waking up every day and everything. No need for people to be concerned. And I'm healthy as hell. Stop the rumors.
Huh. Because
It doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound like somebody's
That
healthy. And he said he's in God's hands? No.
Even if you watch their appearance on Fallon last night and listen to Martin speak, like he looks fine, but just the way he's talking, he sounds like that. Like something's going on.
Something went on between the ending of that movie and now because it looks like a very difficult press run for him. Like something's going on. I hope he's fine.
Same.
I hope
I
it's
love that
something
guy
that
so
he can
much.
recover from, but watching him sort of wander around at these live events is really heartbreaking.
It is,
like it's especially not knowing what's going on.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a new number 2 in the world of the cola wars. So it's always been Coke and Pepsi.
Always.
Right?
Hold on. Oh, I got it.
So now,
Can I guess?
So Beverage Digest says that now in a direct head-to-head comparison, competition, beatdown, death match, Dr. Pepper has now edged out Pepsi as the second most popular soft drink in America.
That was not going to be my guess. And not because I'm wearing a hat with the logo on it, but I was going to say like Monster Energy drink.
No, I don't think that's
wouldn't be
considered a soda. I don't know.
So Dr. Pepper,
Dr. Pepper.
Yo, Dr. Pepper on ice? Bro. It's so good.
Psychopaths drink Dr. Pepper.
No, you
Yes.
guys. Why is everyone looking at me like that? I
Psychopaths
love
drink
Dr.
Dr. Pepper.
You guys don't like Dr.
guys
Pepper?
love- No.
It's me. Wait, hold
No.
on. Cheesecake.
Nah, ginger ale only, homie. And apple juice.
Maria, no?
No, I'm more of a Fanta type person.
And Roz,
or
no.
Coke.
So it's me and
Damn it, Maury.
Dr.
Guys.
Pepper's also the oldest pop in 1885.
guys. I hate Dr. Pepper so much.
It's
is
terrible.
the worst tasting drink.
It's my mom's.
Especially
It's
on
my mom's
ice.
favorite.
It's
What are
the
you
worst.
saying? It's my mom's favorite.
On ice?
Yeah.
Let me throw up.
Why do you? Who introduced you to Dr. Pepper? Like, did you discover it as a kid, or was it like a family member that liked it?
No, I think I tried it at like out somewhere.
And you liked it?
And I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, you still like it, Maury?
It was my dad's favorite. That
and I hate
Brio.
Dr. Pepper so much.
Brio's good.
I like Brio.
Brio with
is
pizza?
What is Brio? What-
Italian
Brio.
soda.
But what is it though?
Props to Brio.
Is it like a cola?
It's like
It
an
is.
Italian cola, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like
Really?
Italian root beer, more or less.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
I've
like the
never
best with
had-
pizza.
I've never had Brio.
Oh, bro.
No.
Brio on ice?
No. What's the matter with you? What do you? Everything on ice with you? Like,
I like my drinks cold. Sue me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jelly Roll sat down with John Bon Jovi for Interview Magazine, where they always have one star interview, another star. And Jelly is at the height of his game right now, but he's finding it difficult, probably more so than others, to book his tour. So he tells John Bon Jovi this: I'm so excited. We're figuring out the final pieces of some legal puzzles for me to go overseas. He goes, yeah, it's funny. America has finally agreed to let me leave and give me a passport, but some countries won't let me come because of my felonies.
But he's such a nice guy.
Excuse
And he
me.
turned his life around.
Yeah, and he goes, according to passportsandvisas.com, most charged and accused felons are able to obtain a passport, but there are certain restrictions in place under special circumstances. It's also well within a country's right to deny entry to U.S. felons. That includes Canada and, of course, the United Kingdom. Canada is very difficult to get in for felon musicians. Very difficult.
Unless they know Drake, and Drake just has to make a phone call.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. That's why
But he turned his life around. He's got all these great music where he talks about his struggles and overcoming.
I know. Jelly also, we know, losing a ton of weight. He did that the 5K or 10K with Bert Kreischer and all those other guys a little while ago. But here's Jelly talking about the motivation as to why he wants to get healthier.
I think it was realizing that I just want to feel good. My wife and I are talking about having a baby. And it really made me realize at almost 40, I was like, that means I got to live to at least 60. I got to see this kid into college. I thought that every problem I had in life would be solved if I ever found any kind of success and stability. And then I started getting success and stability, and none of those problems were solved. My plan was never to be 60. It was to be like 55. Wow. But now I'm like, well, I'd like to see my 60s. And that really lit it up.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A bunch of TV stuff going on today. So Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon say that they are moving fast and furious on Big Little Lies season 3.
Yes. I thought they were done with that show.
No, because they have to wait for Leanne Moriarty to deliver the third book. Right?
Oh.
So they're waiting on that. They'll get it. And then as soon as they get it, they'll, I guess, start writing the adaptation or whatever. But everybody's on board, they said. They're all...
Laura Dern?
Laura Dern, Shailene Woodley, and Zoe Kravitz is the other one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
Such a good show, man.
So they did say that they're moving quick on it.
Good.
The morning show, do you still watch that?
I do.
Last season was all right with John Hamm.
Really good.
Last season, they definitely made up for the COVID season.
Yes.
The COVID season was, terrible.
It was atrocious. It was one of the worst COVID shows, aside from Grey's Anatomy's COVID season.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst
It
COVID
didn't
shows.
reflect what really happened.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
Just the
good.
way the operation kind of...
And they made devastating plot line choices too. Like they killed off major people, in that season, and it wasn't good. But anyway, morning show has recruited. Shem, you may be interested in this. Marion Cotillard for season 4.
Who's that?
She's too young for you, Shem.
Marion Cotillard?
I'm joking.
Oh, true.
Marion.
You know her from a bunch of stuff.
No, you know what? Maury's right, man.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, 48.
I do know her.
Yeah, Maury's right.
She's great.
Yeah. James Gunn has cast Beck Bennett from SNL in Superman.
You're saying his name wrong.
What is it?
Beck Bennett.
Oh, thank you, Maury.
Beck Bennett. Let me see what this
You know
guy.
what this guy looks like.
I know this guy.
He's funny. He's
Wait,
funny.
To play who?
I don't know. They don't say. I don't think it's one of the mains because they've been cast already.
Huh.
So
I know who he could play.
Who can he play?
Jimmy, the photographer.
No.
The nerdy photographer.
That's
from
all. That's
Daily Planet.
No, Skylar Gizondo is playing Jimmy Olsen.
Oh. All right,
I don't know who that is.
So he never said who?
No,
Beck
they didn't.
Bennett's
No,
playing?
he's flying to Atlanta to start shooting Superman.
All right.
Are you at all interested in Adam Levine going back to The Voice at all?
No.
No. Okay, then never mind. We'll move on. I had a clip I was going to play.
I mean, congratulations, Adam Levine. Get the bag. Like if the
I
show's
guess.
if the show's still on, right?
Yeah,
It's still popular.
Yeah,
It's not like I don't watch it.
Did you watch The Acolyte, the Star Wars show?
No, I'm going to wait for all the episodes to come out.
Are you?
Because I see it's trending every single week.
Yeah. Well,
Do you
it
watch it?
dropped all yesterday. 2 episodes yesterday.
Oh, okay. But I want all of them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch.
No?
I've read too many things that are going to just
Ruin it?
drive me
I've
nuts.
stayed away from
Oh,
all
no,
that
I
shit.
don't mean spoilers. I just mean writing and details.
Is it bad?
And it's not for me. I know enough about it already to know it's not for me. And that's fine.
right.
You know, I'm sort of Star Wars has moved past me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Star Wars, for the most part, has moved past the old school fans.
Yeah.
And what you see now is a version, like a traceable of what Star Wars was.
Mm-hmm.
But even how they treat the Force, apparently, in this, like they rewrite what the Force is.
Great.
Right?
Okay.
It's like a coven of witches or something like that. That can
created the Force?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't even know. I don't know what it is. But they've moved past me, and I'm done. It's fine. A whole new group of people can love this version of Star Wars, but
So
it's
first two
no
episodes are out
longer.
now?
The first 2 episodes
Maybe I'll
are
just
out now.
Whatever.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto's Phoenix Concert Theater is closing down.
No.
I know.
Sad.
There's a lot.
30 years or something, right?
There's 33 years. There's a lot of me on that floor in that place.
Enough
Blood.
Roz DNA all up in that joint.
Blood, sweat.
Tears? Any tears?
Yeah, definitely tears. Yeah. That used to be my joint, man.
That was like, I've gone. Okay, I know you probably have people have stories, but I'm gonna say at least half dozen times, 6 times, I went from the Phoenix to the hospital.
What?
Walking just down the street and then over to was it St. Mike's that's right there? Yeah. Just walked from the Phoenix to St. Mike's. Stitches
and then back to the club.
Broken ankle. All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Stomach pumped.
No, never had my stomach pumped.
Oh, okay.
No, never had my stomach pumped.
But just actual injuries.
Injuries.
Damn.
Yeah.
From dancing?
Yeah, dancing and passing out and
like a dance fight and stuff?
Did I ever? I never did. You mean like fighting while you're dancing or dancing as the fighting?
Both.
No, I've never had a dance battle where dancing is the fighting.
Okay.
I've got in a fight while dancing.
Yeah.
Right? But I've never squared up to somebody and started doing that,
Yeah.
And then I've never served somebody, if that makes
Yeah, you just got served. So it wasn't like a crump battle?
No, I never
crumped.
No, I never served anyone.
You've never done the Dougie, huh?
I've never done say what now?
The Dougie.
What's that?
It's a dance move.
Have you ever? So you've never served? Have you been served?
No, I've never been served either. I don't know what I would do if I was ever served.
What if somebody served you?
I don't know what I would do. I would probably. You have to defend yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think I would.
Yeah.
I would just have to give it my all. I didn't have much though, right? I didn't have a lot of skills. It was just me with no shirt on. In a dance club.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
picturing
picturing
good.
the episode in my head right now.
It was not good. Anyway, so they're tearing down the Phoenix Concert Theater. They're going to make housing condos, I guess.
I didn't even know. I just guessed.
But they said that they're going to move it to a new location.
Yeah, the problem is, though, the nightclub laws in this city are stupid, right? So you can't even open up a big club anymore anywhere downtown because they just don't allow it. So January 15th, 2025, they say is going to be the final show. And then from now until then, they're going to just load it up with a bunch of events that hopefully get people in to send the Phoenix Concert Theater off in the way that it should be.
Just texted and said,
what?
Roz be dancing like John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I wanted to play you this or get your opinion on this, Mocha. So Method Man, right? There's a big summer concert called Summer Jam in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And Method Man was part of it. Method Man explained to people.
From Wu-Tang Clan.
Old school.
Hip-hop group.
Right.
From the 90s.
Legend.
Right? Changed the game.
So he went on social media and reacted to the crowd after his set. And he said that he feels like Summer Jam is no longer for him because the crowd no longer aligns with his music, saying, never coming back, not our crowd. I got love for you guys, but never again. At this point, the generation gap is just too wide for me.
I could see that because I saw the footage of him performing. And the crowd, there were a handful of people who were into it and who knew some of the tracks that he was performing. But a lot of them were just kind of there watching. I do agree with him for that particular concert. When you look at that lineup of artists, they were geared younger.
So, and a ton of fans like you agreed with him on social. But one fan wrote, and this is what I want to get your opinion on. One fan wrote this. He goes, hip hop never really embraces and uplifted, quote, legacy acts like rock and country do. Mm-hmm. When Journey walks out on stage or George Strait pops out, their culture makes sure to update the younger generation.
Because their crowd is there. The Method Man crowd was not there.
No, but what I mean is that the older crowds in rock and country educate the younger crowds about the legacy acts.
Yeah.
Where what they're saying is that hip hop doesn't do that.
I feel like they just get bitter. I don't know if you agree or not, Shem, but I think the older generation of they just get mad at the fact that the young kids don't, or the younger generation doesn't know. You know what I mean? As opposed to saying, here's why you should know, or here's why this individual or this group is important to the culture, to all this stuff that we love.
I also think because hip hop is so much predicated on, being cool and being in, right? And when the older acts go up there and they're not, and they don't sort of represent that cool factor, the younger generation are like, oh, whatever, get out of here.
But it's crazy how the younger generation of hip hop fans don't find any of those older acts cool, like they do in rock and country, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen to the way that like Post Malone talks about those old legacy acts, right? Like so much, but you don't really hear that in hip hop.
I think it also depends on the artist, though, because if you think of young kids, they still listen to like 50 Cent and stuff like that, like old NWA.
I mean, 50 Cent, he's like old, but 50 Cent isn't like.
No, but 50,
he's old compared to the new generation.
He bridges the gap between the generations, right?
Yes, for sure.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do I have time to play this Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce nonsense?
Yes.
So I feel so seen right now because I've been saying this for years, and finally somebody with a much larger platform than I did took some bullets. And this is the debate that I've had with you guys for years about washing your feet and how you don't need to wash your feet or your legs, and it's weird when you wash your feet and your legs. So somebody had said on social that Jason Kelce looks like he doesn't wash his legs, and then he said, what kind of psychopath washes their legs? And then it sort of exploded. But here's Travis Kelce responding to his brother now.
So it started with somebody saying Jason Kelce looks like he doesn't wash his legs or feet.
Yeah, obviously. Who the washes your legs, or what kind of psychopath washes your feet?
What?
Do you, Travis? Travis, don't act like you wash your feet. I'm not washing
my feet every time, but after like a football practice, like at St. Joe, where my feet have just been like, yes, I wash my feet.
You're not washing. No,
you're
like everybody else who, when you look down, if there's visible dirt on them, I'll scrub the dirt off. I don't even touch my feet. Why the would I wash my feet? I'm not touching my feet unless I'm clipping my toenails. That's the only time I touch my feet.
Yeah, no, I'll do it after training camp practices. I've dealt with some like blisters and to where I got to wash my feet now.
I don't need to even dispute. Like people that wash their entire bodies it's been proven. People that wash their entire bodies with soap have been proven to have unhealthier skin.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is this stat?
Yes.
Show me the research.
Look up any dermatologist. They will tell you
the research.
You only wash hot spots. Some people will say feet. Like outside of that, that's about it.
Well done.
If my feet don't have visible dirt, like I look at the bottom of them and it doesn't look dirty, if they just look like feet, I'm not taking any type of scrubbing. They're getting the soap on the bottom of the shower that rinses off my balls, my butt, and my armpits. And that's it. I haven't washed my hair in like months.
You look like it, bro.
I can't even tell you the last time I washed my hair. It's unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary.
What?
All right.
Okay, let me go around the room here.
I'm ready to throw hands
with
this guy.
Mocha, when's the last time you washed your hair?
This morning.
Okay. Damon Maury, when's the last time you washed your hair?
This morning.
Maria, when's the last time you washed your hair?
Last night.
Shem?
Last night.
Yep.
You?
December.
December?
No.
December. Yeah, December.
Have mercy.
Yeah,
I
December.
literally have like a routine of like what shampoos I use a week.
Yeah, December is the last time. I thought about it yesterday.
That is
because I got my hair
so
cut.
embarrassing.
Tell me
You
again,
don't
Mom.
know a damn thing.
Bro, come on.
Like, do you need help? Like, do you need us to wash your hair
Do you
here?
need help?
Help?
What?
I think I'm okay.
Is your head itchy?
No, not at all.
Does it smell?
No.
Does it flake?
Not it.
It smells good. It smells good. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Okay,
Yeah, no. I don't want your nose, Maury. And don't even think about trying it from there.
Yo.
I've seen what that thing can do.
So embarrassing.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.